In the annals of history, there are stories that defy comprehension, tales that illuminate the extraordinary resilience of the human spirit. The year was 1974. The Vietnam War raged on, casting a long shadow over Southeast Asia. It was in this tumultuous time on the remote island of Morotai, Indonesia, that a discovery was made, one that would reverberate across the world. Indonesian soldiers combing through the dense jungle stumbled upon a primitive bamboo hut, its only occupant a man seemingly lost in time. His name was Teruo Nakamura, a soldier of the Imperial Japanese Army. But what made his discovery so astonishing was that Nakamura was no ordinary soldier. He was a ghost of a war, long over, a man who had spent the last 30 years oblivious to the fact that World War II had ended. Nakamura's emergence from the jungle was akin to opening a time capsule, a stark reminder of a conflict that had faded from global consciousness. Here was a man frozen in time, his perception of the world shaped by the propaganda and orders drilled into him decades prior. His story, a testament to both the devastating impact of war and the extraordinary ability of the human spirit to endure, captivated the world. It raised profound questions about loyalty, duty, and the psychological toll of isolation. Teruo Nakamura's journey to the jungles of Morotai began thousands of miles away in the rural villages of Taiwan. Born in 1919, Nakamura was an Amis, a member of Taiwan's indigenous population, a group often marginalized even under Japanese rule. His early life was marked by poverty, a stark contrast to the rising sun of the Japanese Empire. At the age of 20, driven by a complex mix of patriotism and economic necessity, Nakamura enlisted in the Japanese Imperial Army, leaving behind his pregnant wife. The year was 1940, and the drums of war beat ever louder. Japan, embroiled in a brutal conflict with China, was on the brink of a wider war. Nakamura, trained as a soldier in an atmosphere of fervent nationalism, was soon dispatched to the front lines. His unit was sent to Morotai Island, a small island in the Dutch East Indies, which held strategic significance due to its proximity to vital shipping lanes. It was in these jungles far from the rice paddies of his homeland that Nakamura's life would take an unimaginable turn. The Allied invasion of Morotai in 1944 marked a turning point in Nakamura's life, setting in motion a chain of events that would lead to his decades-long isolation. Japanese forces on the island were decimated, with many soldiers killed or captured. Nakamura, along with a handful of survivors, retreated into the dense jungle, following orders to wage guerrilla warfare against the enemy. They were cut off from their comrades, unaware of the shifting tides of the war. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and months into years. The other Japanese soldiers either perished or surrendered, leaving Nakamura utterly alone. He built a small bamboo hut, camouflaged deep within the jungle, subsisting on a meager diet of foraged fruits, vegetables, and small animals. He crafted rudimentary tools from scraps of metal, his only companions the creatures of the jungle. Time, for Nakamura, lost all meaning. He marked the passing of days by carving notches into a stick, each notch a testament to his solitary existence. He clung to the belief that the Emperor's army would return for him, unaware that the world he knew had irrevocably changed.